Hello, Julia.
Hi, Christine.
Welcome to Quick and Dirty Tips for Improving Your English. So,
Absolutely.
Julia, today I'd like to talk to you about those German words
Mm-hmm.
that Germans use in
Mm-hmm.
English, or they use this German word thinking it is real English, but it's not, right?
Absolutely.
And
Yes.
the first word I'd like to talk to you about is Bemer.
Okay. I must tell you a funny story. I was in South Africa and I was talking to my friends about something, and I actually used the word Bemer because basically this device had been invented during the time when I was already in Germany. And nobody understood what I was talking about. Everyone was like, what? What are you talking about? And then finally someone said, oh, you mean a projector? So I actually fell into that trap myself.
Oh, I think we do. We do. You know, having lived in Germany for so long, right?
Yes, yes. And
Yeah, right. I remember at a meeting, it was a meeting of English trainers, and the guy up front said, "Oh, one moment, my handy. Oh, I must go to my handy," right? And I thought,
yes,
I know better.
yes, yes. And I think people who have a lot to do with Germans, they are familiar with these terms because that they know that the Germans use them.
Yeah,
Funnily enough, I mean, Beamer is actually a BMW, right?
exactly.
Yeah,
That's it. And but that's one of those words that a lot don't know, right?
yeah.
So, you know, when they say a Beamer, a BMW, what? But the word handy, what could you say about that, Julia? What would you say?
Well, I mean, my big sort of question that I have is how did the Germans actually come up with that? Is there a story behind that?
I don't know.
I,
That's a
I
good
think I'd like to
question.
do some research on that at some point
Yeah,
just to find
I
out.
always explain, you know, it's handlich. Maybe
Yes,
that's where it's handlich. Oh,
exactly.
it's
It's
so
it's it's convenient
convenient, it's
because
accessible, right? It's so easy, it's in my pocket, you know.
a few weeks ago we spoke about Handwerker, and I think we mentioned that people also speak about handyman, right? And
Right,
handyman is somebody
right,
like a jack of all trades,
right.
somebody who does all sorts of things.
And of course, a mobile phone is handy. It's often handy, isn't it? You've got it in your
It's very
jacket,
handy.
right? But I say mobile phone. What do you actually say, Julia?
In South Africa, we say cell phone. So we use the
Okay.
American term. I have no idea. We're actually quite British down there.
Mhm.
But for some reason, we adopted the American term. So we say cell, or actually we say cell. Can I reach
Ah,
you on your cell?
so
That's what people
okay.
say.
Okay, of course we say
Yes.
mobile, you know,
Yeah.
I've got my mobile. Let me think of another word. This is one that even I fell into that trap of saying I go to the fitness studio.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. It's a gym in English. But I think fitness studio, you can't really misunderstand that, right? I mean, what else is it supposed to be
I
except
think
for a
people would
gym?
understand it.
So
They
it's
would
almost like a
understand it.
very, very transparent
Mhm.
term
Right, right.
for
I think it is
gym.
difficult to remember this gym because it looks very much like gymnasium, doesn't it? You
Exactly.
don't
Or
think of going to
gym
the gym to stay
gymnastic.
fit.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Another one is, of course, people aren't talking about it at the moment, but public viewing.
That's quite a funny one, which I must say also causes a lot of amusement among my participants when I tell them what a public viewing is in English. And that's when you actually go and have a look at somebody who has died,
Mhm.
a deceased person
Right.
in the coffin, just sort of a last look
Last
at,
look.
yes, a
Right.
last goodbye. And
Oh.
that is actually a public viewing.
Mm, mm.
Yeah. So that could lead to some awkward misunderstandings.
Not very nice, really, is it? Yes,
No,
not
and
very
and I
nice.
must say, public viewing is a word that we can't really use at the moment because of the current situation.
Exactly, exactly, Julia. Another one on my list, let me think. Photo shooting. What do you think about photo
Yes,
shooting?
yes. Also very clear, right? Photo shooting, can't really misunderstand that, even though it's not used in the English-speaking world.
So we would say a photo shoot.
A photo shoot, absolutely.
Right, going
Yeah.
for a photo shoot.
Or just a shoot used in that context.
Right.
Yeah.
I think, but that is really rather tricky, isn't it? Because we, you know, we live in Germany, we're talking to Germans all the time. And do you have that problem as well, that you hear a word and you also think that that's the real word?
Of course, yes. And I actually have a lot of native speakers, English native speakers that I'm friends with, and they also use the word Bemer and handy. So you sort of get into using it yourself, even though you know that it's wrong. Just because I think, yeah, you've lived in the country for so long, and also you realize people understand you when you use it. It's just when you actually go back home that might cause a misunderstanding.
Right. I've got one more word, and I know that we both hear it a lot. You know what that could be?
I'm going to give it a go. I think it might be actual. Aktuell.
You got it. You got
yes,
it.
that's our favorite.
That's our favorite, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolute favorite. Yeah. And the reason is that that it's actually wrong. It's completely wrong.
And this is really this is really can be quite dangerous. I don't know. I'm going to talk about the actual figures.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, yeah. Or the actual the actual project, okay, which means in German tatsächlich, eigentlich. So this is something that I do pester my clients about. I pester them. Every time they say it, I say, no, what is it? What is it?
It's right. So,
and most of them know it. And it is
it.
something, yes, exactly. And they do actually start using it less, which is fantastic.
So what could we say? Current figures, the current trend.
Yeah, up to date. The up-to-date trends.
Modern,
exactly.
On, right?
Yeah, yeah. Or for example, you could also, in some contexts, you can say at the moment.
Right.
So instead of actually, you say at the moment.
Yeah, right.
At the present time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, Julia, I would say that's enough for our viewers today.
Absolutely, yes. I'm sure we're already at 7 minutes or whatever we decided.
I have no idea.
Difficult to tell, absolutely.
It's difficult to tell.
Yeah.
Julia, it was lovely talking to you today again.
Yes, ditto.
Thank you very much. And we'll be back again next week.
We'll be back next week, most definitely.
Wonderful. Okay, thank you, Julia. Bye.
Bye.